Oh boy. Hey family. Oklahoma here. I know some of y'all are waiting on a patch, waiting in a queue, running circles around Valdraken looking for something to do. Well, if you haven't tried the fishing out in Dragonflight, it is absolutely spectacular. And I can't recommend it enough. I know it can be kind of hard to start something new. There's a lot of information. It seems kind of overwhelming to even get started, but if you have zero idea of where to even begin with fishing and what to do, I'm going to take you from that point to having fun in no time. I'm going to get you ironed out here, okay? Here we go. So we're off. Here we go. So some of you all will be happy to hear that dragon riding and I are getting along a little better these days. I think my only problem with it now really is just all the sky fucking. Okay, and I don't feel like you guys are being... I feel like there's some victim blaming going on coming at me about it. Because, dude, if you had to thrust your car down the highway going, up to 70 and back down to 40 and up to 70 and back down to 40. I mean, how long are you riding like that before you're like, you know what, I think I'll just buy a plane ticket. So, honestly, if we could just get rid of the thrustiness of it, I think I'm in. Maybe there's a non-thrusty mode we could put in by 10.2 or something. It doesn't have to be right away. Okay, I'm not the most important person, but... So, what about fishing? There's so much cool little stuff to fishing this expansion. It's the best. Oh, this is, no problem. No problem. Just a paladin. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Look. I made mine look like a little paladin dragon. See, it's got the charger horn, but also the ram charger horn. Little shout out to both my human and dwarf paladin bros. The ones that matter. So fishing is amazing because they have so many neat features. I mean, there's an entire faction pretty much dedicated to being fishermen. So first things first, you're going to need to learn how to fish. So right here's the fishing trainer. On your map, it's right here at Wingrest Embassy. This is where you begin the Dragon Isle campaign. So if you're on a new character and you're just coming off the boat to the island here, just hang a right. Right up there is where you come off to the dock. So, and Danielle here, you just click on her, train me in fishing, Dragon Isle fishing. That's what you're looking for. Another thing I would suggest that you grab right here is come over here to Old Warren and grab you a stack of these 5 bobbers, oversized bobbers. There's an achievement where if you catch 100 fish using an oversized bobber, you get an oversized bobber as a toy, so you can always have one. If you're new to Warcraft fishing, it's super easy. Just come down to your professions. Once you've learned Dragon Isles fishing, that's what you're looking for. And you just put it in your bar, then you just click it, and you'll automatically throw out your bobber. Okay? And all you have to do is just wait. Hear that little splash sound? Click it. There's your fish. No problem. If you put on the oversized bobber, 1 hour buff, there's your big boy now, right? That makes it really easy. So, that'll get you started. What do I always tell you? Food is attitude. You put a food buff up, that means you mean it. You're going to be catching plenty of fish, so if you want to level your cooking, now will be the time. Just hang on to all the fish you catch, and you'll be able to level your cooking up very quickly. Also, some recipes require that you make a lot of recipes to discover new ones. So hang on to your fish if you want to level up your cooking. And it'll be a good time. Do your fishing stuff. Get it all leveled up. But just hang on to your fish. You can come back either here in the Valdraken capital in the inn. And you can level your cooking up very quickly. One more thing we need to get before we get going is your pole. Now, I'll show you mine, and I wouldn't usually do that on the first date, but since it's you, I'm going to make an exception. But you got to get your own. Right here. Fishing journal, up here in the upper right. You got to put a fishing pole in here. Now, I know you have fishing poles from other expansions that look cool and they're neat and they got cool effects. I've got them too. Problem is, if they don't have that perception stat on them, they suck now. So you basically have two options. I'm an engineer, so I can just show you right here. Engineers make fishing poles. The first one is this Draconian Fisher Friend. And there's plenty of these on the AH. Yeah, this one up here gets the 79 perception and plus 6 fishing skill. Make sure you buy one of these and equip one of these before you get started. The other option is this Casgarite Fisher Friend. Either you are an engineer with the recipe or you could put in a work order for it. But this one has, 86 perception and plus 15 fishing skill. Now, I've jacked mine up a little bit. I've got 92 perception. You can also get a little sweatier if you want. There's an enchant that gives plus 40 perception. So I've got mine kind of jacked up a little bit. You don't have to do all that. I don't think that it makes a huge difference between 70 or 80 up to whatever mine is, 132. I don't know that that's a huge difference, but I figured, hell, if I'm going to do it, might as well do it right. So that's a few options, but most certainly make sure you at least equip the green fishing pole so that you get most of that stat. So make sure you head to the auction house and grab a fishing pole before you head out. Welcome to Iskaara, home of the Iskaara Tuskarr. This is the fishing faction in Dragonflight. And as you're leveling up, you'll be notified that you've unlocked the ability to upgrade your fishing gear. But if you don't have a clear idea of what that means, it can seem a little confusing and overwhelming. So let me help you sort it out as you get started. And while you're leveling up your fishing, this will kind of give you some direction and some stuff you can work on while you're getting that number up. Here in the Forbidden Reach is your first set of Tuskarr dailies you can do every day. It's right here on your map. You'll see the fish indicator once you unlock this. And again, these unlocks all come as you level up with the Tuskarr faction. So if some of this isn't on your map or your screen, it'll come as you level up with the faction. But you'll see initially there's this guy right here as you come up. And you can click on him. And this is the guy you can turn in fish for rep if you want. It also provides this restock buff. Turning in fish gives you rep. It also increases this fishing hole stock, which basically is the percentage chance you're going to catch rare fish or conches. And we'll get into those two things. But just know that's a good way to get your rep up. You don't have to dedicate a ton of fish. The first daily that you can get every day out here is this flying fish daily, which is basically set to restock this area. You fly over here and you look for these stock fish and you just throw this net out. And once you gather 3 fish, you just come back here and you just drop them off in the water. And then you turn it in.
Oh, such an unusual visitor.
Now see, and that restocks it back up a little bit. And so the more people that do it, the more it gets restocked. Now that allows me to come over here and you see this fishing net? This is one of those Tuskarr unlocks. So these fishing nets are really cool because you can set your net. See, and then it gives you a buff. Now mine are down to 4 hours. Yours will start at 10 hours. Mine are down to 4 because I have the upgrades. But that's no problem. I'm going to get you right there with me. And I love this feature. This is so cool. Now there's another net you can use right here, but you'll notice it says it's blocked. What that means is that you need to do the daily quest here to unlock it. So it's usually like running off animals or something. So it's this. This is just scare off otters. So we're just scaring off otters. And to be honest, nothing should scare an otter more than another otter. Boy, I was reading about otters when I was getting this otter mount, because they had these little cute otters pictures, and I started reading about them, and oh my God. I don't want to spoil it for you, but let's just say it rhymes with otters are really fucking rapey. Jeez. I mean, it's just crazy. But not Otto here. He's a good one. So, but we'll turn this in, right? We turn this quest in now, and I get this ominous conch. Now remember that. We're getting to that here in a second. So now that I turn that in, look, set this fishing net up. Boom. Now, both of these nets will catch me fish in the time allotted. And you can come here, and it's a pretty good amount. And again, there are upgrades to reduce the time it takes to catch the fish, the amount of fish you catch. The other part of the daily fishing area includes these conches and lunkers. So you'll notice this big totem here that's kind of like a whale fin and some tusks. And it says when you highlight it, large lunker sighting. So this is the area where you bring your ominous conch, and it takes 5 of them. And if you cast it, it'll spawn a lunker. See, and then you can throw your harpoon into the lunker. And then what happens is you use your pull ability to pull the lunker onto shore. Now, I have a pretty strong harpoon because I have all the upgrades, and you pull them right out. It can take a lot longer than that if you have, and if you have one of the beginner ones, one of the beginner harpoons, or you don't have any upgrades, you might need a friend to help you. And so you basically harpoon fish, and you pull them up on shore. And once they're pulled up on shore, they kind of die, and you loot them. And so this is the basics of the ominous conch. There's another wrinkle to it, but this is the basics. You just pull. You use 5 of them at this lunker sighting to spawn a lunker, and then you and some buds pull these big lunkers on shore and loot them. And they have fish and all kinds of goodies in them. Along with the Waking Shore dailies, there will be another set of Tuskarr dailies where you can set another net up. And there's actually another blocked net, but you can only set up one blocked net. And this is an important thing because there's certain quests for achievements that happen in certain daily areas. And so don't unblock the net at the one in the Waking Shore every time. Do some of the unblocking nets at the alternate daily area. And again, this one rotates. So on the plains here, it's down here in the southeast corner. And it's pretty easy to find because you'll see this fishing icon. If the weeklies in the Azure span, it's out here on the ice. Out here. As you level up your Tuskarr reputation, you'll unlock ice fishing, where you can come out here and punch holes on the ice. And this is where you're going to get your rhymefin tuna, which is an essential ingredient for big recipes like feast and stuff. So this is where you'll get that. And sometimes the dailies are out here. And again, it's out here in the span. Here's another spot that the weekly alternate Tuskarr camp can spawn. Right here, just a little south of Tierhold. On a little patch here. And I'll just say that this spot and the one over in the plains, which it is this week, down here, these two, and the lunker one will be right here. Just use one spawn a day, but this one and the alternate camp over on the plains tend to be the ones that I get the best rare spawns from. And again, you'll see a blocked net spot, but because I unblocked the other net, I won't be able to do that one. And here's a large lunker sighting area if you want to spawn a lunker. So here's something very important about the large lunker area in the special zones, is that they're very likely to spawn a rare lunker spawn. So what that means is if you throw these out normally, it just spawns a lunker, right? And you harpoon it and you bring it in. But there is an opportunity for you to get a rare spawn. And that rare spawn is important because it drops a rare item you're going to need for fishing upgrades. So you have, just do it once a day if you come to the alternate fishing spot. Use 5 and just use it on your, and there it is. I got a rare spawn right there. So the worst part about this right now, okay, I'm going to pull this guy on the shore and I got to fight him, is that I forgot to get out of holy. So this is going to be an event now. There it is. You see this right here? He just dropped it. That's what you're looking for. This is an item that you're going to use to upgrade your fishing equipment. And that's how you get it. So remember, go to the alternate daily area, not the one at the Waking Shore that's always there. Go to the alternate one. Go to the lunker sighting and just use 5 conches. Don't do it multiple times. And your first one is very often, if not always, a rare spawn. And that's how you can get this item, because you're going to need this for upgrades. Everything else you can get from fishing, but this is the one you'll have to get from harpooning. So, and this is the way you upgrade your harpoon. See, kind of fun, huh? Now remember, there's that one camp at the Waking Shore always, and then the other camp changes every week. It's in one of the other areas. And you just do those dailies and start building your rep up. And you'll notice that as you build up your Iskaara Tuskarr rep, when you first start leveling, you unlock, there you unlock the nets, there the harpoon, and then you start unlocking upgrades to them. Fishing harpoon 2 and such. The most important one of these in regards to upgrading your gear is this one, lava fishing. This is going to unlock the most efficient way to farm all the stuff you need for upgrades. Everything from draconium nuggets down to the severite here, these are all fished up. And I'll show you the most efficient way that I found. The other one here, the Cascarite infused resin, this is the one I showed you how to get off the rare spawn lunkers with the 5 conches at the alternate spawn area. Remember that. And this Cascarite wire, these wires, I get these out of my nets. So just be diligent in setting your nets and farming your nets every day, and that's how you'll start getting these. But for the rest of these, from draconium all the way down to the ceravite here, these are all fished up. And I'm going to show you the most efficient method that I found to fish them up. Make sure you don't even worry about these fishing upgrades until you've unlocked lava fishing. Lava fishing is by far the most efficient way to get all this stuff you need for these upgrades. And I'll show you how it works, but don't worry about a thing until you hit renown level 15 and do the lava fishing quest. There's a little quest you have to do where it asks you to go get these little pebbles. And you can find those pebbles over at the fishing trainer that I showed you at the start of the video. They're right by her. Go grab them, bring them back here, turn them in, and then you'll have lava fishing. And that's by far the most effective way to farm these upgrades from Tavio. Okay, you've got all your fishing gear and you've done your dailies until you're at least renown level 15 and you've unlocked lava fishing, which means that you've done the lava fishing quest. And now we go find some lava to fish in. The best spot to do this is right here at this intersection on the map. So right here with the Daring Fisher. And what you're looking for are these right here. Now I'm going to pull up the UI. That's a Magma thresher pool. And you'll see there's another one right here behind me. What we're going to do is we're going to start fishing in these pools. If you're just starting to level up your fishing and you're looking to get a few points, you can throw these scale belly mackerel in and they give you a little +5 skill for 30 seconds and you can stack it for up to 5 minutes. I don't know how much +5 really helps you, but it's just there if you need it. So all you do is you begin fishing these Magma thresher pools. And this will level your fishing. And again, even if your fishing isn't level 100, just come out here and start doing this if you've got these unlocked. So as you get started here, this is a good time to just go ahead and throw on your oversized bobber. And if you're really going to be cranking out some fishing and say you're going to be looking on your other screen or something like that, watching some YouTube videos in the background, make sure you go into options, audio, and down here where it says sound in the background, make sure you check that on. That's going to allow you to hear the little splash from your bobber, even if you're watching on something on your second screen. Then eventually this miracle will happen. You'll spawn one of these. This is an overheated Magma thresher pool. It's cool in 2 ways. The first is, whenever you fish out of this one, instead of getting 1 Magma thresher, you'll get 2 per catch. See how I got ×2? And again, these sell for a pretty penny on my server. I bet they do on yours as well. The other part of this is that they're extremely more likely to drop upgrade materials out of them than regular pools. So these are the pools that are the most likely to give you those, you know, severites and draconium nuggets and branches and netting and all that stuff you need. So if you fish the regular magma pools, they have a chance to respawn. Right there, I got one. See, so there was an item right there in my first pool. And sometimes you can get 2 or 3 per pool. And so you just keep fishing up this area of magma thresher pools until you force some overheated pools to spawn. And they will, and sometimes a few will spawn in a row. And you can go on a heater, and it's kind of feast or famine. Just remember that this little fork right here, again, I'll show you again on the map. This little fork right here on the lava flow, this is the spot where they really tend to spawn. And just fish these up, and every time you pass through, check for those overheateds, because that's going to give you those fishing upgrades as quickly as possible. Bow down to His Majesty, the Great Swog. Handsome man, look at him. He's holy. That's why he's yellow. He's a holy swog. Damn straight he is. You see that I picked up this copper coin? You're going to find coins while you're fishing from time to time. The fastest way to explain it is the whole goal is to grab this immaculate sack of swog treasures, because inside this sack, you unlock this toy, the aquatic shades. And once you put these on, it allows you to fish needed items for the auto otter mount. That's what that's about. So the whole goal is to get up to a gold coin. So just remember, when you're farming, if you come across some coins, you're trying to save up enough to get a gold coin so that you can get some cool shades, so that you can get a cool otter mount. So save up your coins, and if you happen just to loot a full gold coin, you're just a little more fishing away from having yourself one of these guys, an auto mount. And that's all there is to it, family. That wasn't so bad. Just get you some fishing gear. Do your fishing dailies until you get to renown level 15. Unlock lava fishing. And then if you want to farm those upgrades, just try to hit those overheated magma thresher pools as often as you can. And that's really all there is to it. If you want that auto mount, hold on to your coins. You'll get them over time. I would just really suggest not wearing yourself out. Something you can do between queues or while you're waiting for your raid. Just have some fun with it. I always enjoy just hiding my UI, getting a nice backdrop, putting a little music on, and relaxing. You'd be surprised how much fun you can have. I know I sure do. I hope this guide helps you have fun too. Oklahoma out.